did that and got that IBF belt, did you know he was the one next?
Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid when organization fight with Parker. A little bit, but I say thank you, Daniel.
Now, did you guys just hear what Oleksandr Usyk said? Yeah, I thought that I would fight Daniel Dubois, but I was afraid when he was going to fight Parker. Just let that sink in for a bit. Think about it. You know, Team Usyk thought that Parker would beat Daniel Dubois. Then all of a sudden, Daniel Dubois gets sick. Oh, viral infection. Give him antibiotics. That's bullshit. You don't give antibiotics to viral infections. It's a virus. Now they're fighting. Boxing is the sport that I love, that I hate so much for a reason. You can't make this shit up, people. See, Usyk knew he was afraid. I think everyone was cautious of that. I think Stan Dubois, I think Don Charles, I think not Daniel. I can't say it was Daniel, but I think everybody around Daniel, Frank Warren, Team Usyk, they were all afraid. As we just heard Oleksandr Usyk admit, they were all afraid that he was going to get upset by Joseph Parker, that he pulled out of that fight. And guess what, people? You want to see evidence? You want to know what evidence is? Evidence is things that were already posted all over social media, all over the place. That this dude was driving, he didn't want to do interviews, nobody interviewed him, nobody seen him, nobody heard from him, right? I heard from him. Not him indirectly, but I heard from him. Oh, yes, I did. I heard what he was doing, how he was doing, and he was doing just fine. You're supposed to be bedridden if you're sick like you're supposed to be sick with an infection and you're taking antibiotics. You shouldn't be out in the public, should you? Hell no, you're not, but he was. He was out in the public. He was driving around, running errands and shit, eating at breakfasts and in restaurants. Yes, that's what Daniel was doing when he flew his ass from Saudi Arabia back to the UK. That's exactly what he was doing. So now we hear this shit. Now the fight's set. Now everything's they're letting things slowly let out. And, they're letting the truth out slowly, but carefully. I'm not carefully letting out shit because I know that Joseph Parker is going to have to wait to 2026 to get his shot because Daniel Dubois and his handlers did not want him to fight Joseph Parker because Joseph Parker was a guy that they didn't even want to fight in the first place when Days of Reckoning first popped off with Turki Al-Sheikh opening this whole can of worms with all these miscellaneous different fights that we wouldn't have been able to see if it wasn't for him. That's what we're seeing today. Yes, I'm pissed off. Yes, I'm mad. Yes, I'm in rage mode, okay? This is rant mode here because I know the truth and everybody should know it too. That's the reason for this video. Everybody should know at this point, I'm convinced, Daniel Dubois, Frank Warren, and all of them, even Team Usyk, they were behind it because, see, they thought that Joseph was going to upset Daniel. And they didn't want that because they wanted Daniel next. Hey, the devil you know is always better than one you don't. Think about it. Right? That's what I'm talking about. See, then poor ass Martin McCauley flies over there and becomes a decoy, and he comes in at fucking 400 pounds. Eating and shit, eating off the check that Turkey gave him the first time. Oh, it's time for another check. Okay, get another check. See if you can knock out Joseph Parker that's been training for 8 to 10 weeks for a fight that he's been working and wanting for a long time because his goal was to be a 2-time heavyweight champion. WBO first, then IBF second. So he was wanting that opportunity since he beat Zhilei Zhang a long time ago when Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou, which was a long time ago. How long ago? A year ago. Plus. But you guys tell me what you think of this new evidence by Oleksandr Usyk stating that they were afraid that Daniel might lose that IBF strap to Joseph Parker. That's why Oleksandr Usyk thanked Daniel Dubois in the first place for pulling out of that fight and not taking that chance. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.